Hello, this is Warpath 1985 speaking in today's Vicious Review. As we're discussing the Transformers Studio Series 86 Brawn. Now, this figure is very interesting. And also, I'm taking somewhat late to the party of discussing this figure, mostly because this figure was kind of unavailable for like a while in my area. It eventually, finally, came by to many of my stores. And coincidentally, it came out during the time when Target was having its big old kind of like 30% off sale, which is awesome. However, that does mean that if you go to any Target currently right now, Transformers can be a little bit empty. What's John Transformers aisle can be a little bit empty, which is awesome because a lot of that stuff is quite old. Besides that, this figure is obviously based off the cartoon model and movie model from the Transformers G1 cartoon and Analyzed for movie. Of course, that does mean that it's somewhat a little bit wonky and does have some little quirks that are very G1 specific per se. In this case, a absolutely ginormous backpack, which is cartoon accurate. However, that does mean that it's quite garish and does occasionally unpeg from its tiny little pegs that are located behind his, more or less are situated below his chest, or not just chest, upper back, lower back, whatever. Basically, kind of has a weird quirk with that. But it does come with like two accessories, which we'll be showing off right now. A small little blaster, which is cartoon accurate, since in the cartoon the Minibots and other Autobots were given generic blasters that were usually basically, I recall the best way to describe it, either very simplified versions of Wheeljack's missile launcher. One of the blasters that was included with Ironhide and Ratchet, and most obviously Jazz as well, with him also having a simplified version of his blaster that was gifted to Brawn, as you see right here, and also I believe one other character, I can't remember. This is quite normal, and Brawn's not the only one with a simplified version of a toy characters, which is not characters blaster. 86, or was this G1 movie, Ultra Magnus was shown occasionally with Springer's G1 blaster, toy blaster, even though he shouldn't really have that. In the cartoon, he was fixed with, Morris was shown more often with his actual blaster instead of the Springer blaster. And the second accessory is a small little tire, which has a 5mm port and a small 3mm port that connects to the back, which is here. For articulation of this figure is quite interesting to say the least. However, my figure does have a small QC issue, which is his, I believe it's right shoulder. Yes, his right shoulder. Zoom a little bit. Is very loose. Come on, focus for me. There you go. It's like very, very loose. Not really sure why. This armor is completely fine, nice and tight, but this one's very loose. But it's fine. Just clicked again. It's weird. Whatever. The head is on a small little swivel. It technically is on the ball joint, but it's just on this little swivel because how like incredibly low to the ground, or was how very close it is to the actual base of the body. Unless it's actual swivel. If so, well, it is Brawn, so you can't even get that much down. Poses with his head. Is a ball joint at the shoulder. A nice, for sure, over 90-degree bend at the elbow. And has numerous articulation. He can do a very decent kick outwards. And backwards, not so much, but if you lift the backpack a little bit further out, you can get a little bit more kicked in back. There goes again. And he does have a barely a 90-degree bend at the knee. It is somewhat hindered by small bits of kibble and the general chunkiness of his calf. He also has a 90-degree bend at the more or less ankle toe, with no toe articulation, but you can pretend that he does have more or less can make one by obviously angling the heel forward so that he can have him in the small lunge attacks, or poses, which is very nice. He does have, I forgot to mention this, a whistle, but it's somewhat hindered because of his calves and obviously the back kibble here. If you're curious, this is fold inward. Not really. That's just because of the transformation, but also it's not really supposed to do that, which does suck. Of course, because it can do a full rotation, but also it just hinders a lot of its figure circulation. Overall, the detail of the figure is quite nice. It continues that War for Cybertron trilogy aesthetic, where although it's very much G1, it has some realistic details like various vents and some pan line details here and there. Especially you can see back of the head over here with all the tiny details behind his head. Of course, you can obviously do this thing, which was shown in the live stream, I believe it was a live stream, where it can give him his G1 legs, which is very, very cursed, to be honest. If I'm thinking of this correctly. There we go. I think this is how you do it. So yeah, you can do that, which is cool, but very unnecessary. Of course, I'm comparing with other 84 Minibots that I do own. I could try to make them stand, but again, the backpack kibble is very large and does cause them to have some top heaviness. Earthrise Clump Jumper. And Kingdom Huffer. Let's move the shield because it kind of is blocking. Oh, never mind, it still fell over. Piercy. Stand. There. Yeah, he's relatively large for a Minibot, which makes sense because he is Brawn. He's, of course, the strongest Minibot and most obviously toughest. You know, he got one-shotted by Megatron movie. Still be weird, but it does technically make sense. How did he die? Because he kind of just exploded. But anyways, as I said, I'll do someone jump cut to his Land Rover mode, which is sadly not sponsored, which is weird because they do have a sponsor. Takara was weird, or was Hasbro's weird. And here he is in his small little Land Rover mode, which is very nice. However, it has some slight problems, but this is merely just some nitpicks here and there. As mostly involves with the doors on the Land Rover being very gappy and somewhat panelly. However, that is very much fine since overall, Brawn is very, very solid. Unlike majority of Studio Series and general some Generations figures, where they're just very panelly, gappy, etc. And obviously don't have a fully enclosed rear. With some rear headlight, more like safety lights, there we go. Which, yeah, it's one of the goes on detail. Of course, you can have him with his small little tire, and you can store the blaster on top of the tire. However, they sadly could not fit a small little 5-meter port in front of the vehicle for a for you to use the 2 series Bumblebee Brawn drill bit, which Sucks, but you can obviously 3D print a adapter piece or whatever that you just connect to these little pegs here, and they can just simply peg onto there. Either way, a shame that he was not gifted a small little family report that can flip out from here. Of course, he was conversing with Cliff Jumpers, if correctly, Porsche, because I mean it's a little tiny Porsche mixed with Firebird, I believe. It's not Firebird, but Pontiac Trans Am. There you go. And Huffer. So yeah, he's relatively large as compared to Cliff Jumper, and especially Huffer, since Huffer is actually a pretty big Minibot. But it's not technically the tallest. They'll technically go to I want to say Warpath, but that's kind of like stretching a little bit. I would like to say technically the Decepticon or Nah, because technically Nah is a mini bub, but also not really. It's confusing, the little Decepticons. But yeah, it's pretty big. I forgot to mention this, but if you've seen the title card of the video, or more or less the general card per se, I think it's called thumbnail. Yes, the thumbnail of the video. You've already seen that the blaster is blast effect compatible, but also this figure doesn't have any 5mm ports other than just one on the back, which does suck. That's just because Studio Series is mainly focused on accuracy over fun. Which does suck. Except for 86. 86 is just pure utter fun. And also the middle part of Studio Series, that was quite a lot of fun. Which also means other parts also be expensive. Besides that, I do recommend this figure, mostly because that awesome Target discount is still going on. Quite strong, actually. Especially with G.I. Joe figures, with them being dirt cheap right now. And also, this figure being really good. But also, you could wait out for Outback, which is coming out soon, I believe. I don't know if there's any rumors about it, but it's very certain that it's probably going to come out soon. And obviously, I think it's called Smallfoot. I think it was also, no, not Smallfoot. I forgot his name. Who was like a GoBot that was used Brawn's body, I think it was it. I don't know. I don't think so, but I can't remember. Probably image that here, or most information that might be incorrect. But also, you could also get the recently revealed, and I believe it's on pre-order right now. I don't know if it is. Probably will be very soon. The Series 86 dying Brawn and Ratchet, which depicts the scene where Brawn dies horribly, and so does Ratchet, which is pretty cool, but also quite horrifying. Especially since I believe that also like a giant hole where you plug the little blast fix on his little chest, including with Ratchet, since he's also not straight reusing the panel, chest panel on Ironhide, but it's actually targeted from mold, which is pretty cool. But also shows how dedicated they are to protecting dying characters. Besides that, that's all for this. I can speak the English. That's all for this review. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I shall see you next time.